able to work off the images because they didn't call and reach out, so I'm assuming that they didn't have any questions. So yeah, I haven't heard anything from them.
Yeah, and just, that was, what, August the 24th that you were driving through that area?
27. It was on August 27th.
So it was just after her last known location. So, I mean, it's quite possible that whatever happened to Gabby had already happened at that point as you drove by. I mean, that's a pretty eerie feeling to think that could have been the case.
Hey, Jen, just want to point out to our viewers that this is a live look outside the parents' home there in Northport, Florida, where the feds have again showed up, as you can see live here entering the house. Any evidence is key, and you have been a big part of that, Jen. What is your message to folks as they are being told to do what you did and go back, search your camera rolls, search any video you've taken on your trips or your travel or elsewhere, to now try to find and spot the boyfriend?
Well, no tip is too small. You know, you don't have to have footage. You don't have to have pictures. If you saw them, or if, you know, you have any inkling that it could have been them, or there's a clue, call the FBI, put your tip in, because it's so important for us to work together, because we need to find Brian and get the family the justice that they deserve.
You know, when you think about it, if you hadn't reviewed that video and you hadn't happened to be going by that day, we still might not know where Gabby is. You are the person who broke this case wide open. I mean, it's a tragedy, clearly, what happened to her, but it's got to be a comforting feeling for you that you really advanced this case where nothing else was advancing it.
Well, truth be told, it was a collective effort from this whole nomad community. I mean, several of us had puzzle pieces that we gave to the FBI, and they just had to be put together. You know, it wasn't just me. It was a lot of other tips that helped to find Gabby and bring her home.
Jen, you probably are going through the same puzzle pieces that we are, trying to figure out what the timeline was here. What happened? What was that incident that happened in Utah, where we're now hearing the 911 phone call, where we are learning that it was Gabby who was being slapped and hit by her boyfriend, although he was labeled the victim in the police report. I mean, this is a tough one. We just had Chris Swecker. He's got an FBI look at this, and it's a tough one for him. What have you been able to work through in your mind, especially since you've been in touch with the family?
I mean, in all honesty, I have just been there for the family, and I have, you know, told them whatever you guys need me to do, I will be here. I can only say what I saw with my own eyes. So as far as, you know, speculation, I try not to get into it, and I just kind of stay on the platform of, we need to now find Brian to be able to get those answers that we desperately need.
Well, Jen, it's just so amazing that you had that video, and it really, you know, reinforces the notion of, if you see something, say something, because Lord knows where this case might be if not for you and your fellow, you know, travel bloggers who came together with some information for the FBI.
For sure.
Thank you, Jen.